Well, so her husband said that he feels like he is on the back burner. Okay? I got this question from the comment section. This young lady said her husband says he feels like he's on the back burner to her business, and she's an Aquarius. She didn't say what her husband is, though. But I want to say this is very normal. This is very normal. The Aquarius workaholic syndrome is very well documented. So let's do the introduction and then I'll tell you all about it. Hey guys, in case you didn't know, I'm Queen Onset Haru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, pass it on to somebody else who might like it too, and drop us a positive comment in the comment section. And if you have time, stick around to the end of the video because I'm going to read two of my favorite comments from previous videos, and one of them might be yours, or it could be a question or a comment that you had too. Likewise, underneath the video is everything that you need to get in touch with me. My email, my social media. If you would like to get a reading done, hit me up, email me, hit me up on Twitter, whatever. I would love to give you a reading. Likewise, I also have my Patreon link under there, the link to my Teespring, so you can see the cool Ask an Aquarius merchandise, and my Patreon in case you want to become a patron. So let's get into it. So hubby says he feels like he's on the back burner because you are. I'm just going to come out the gate. You are on the back burner. And it's not like a negative kind of thing, like you're not important. But see, this is what happens. Aquarius, their job or their cause. Everybody who's Aquarius that I know has a job that is their cause, or a cause and a job. It depends. And because of the fact that these two things, especially when your job is your cause, a lot of times it becomes really very difficult for you to prioritize other things. I'll give you an example. My jobs have all, as a matter of fact, been my causes. My last job for a formal entity was as a high school teacher, and it definitely was very much my cause. I wanted to help in education. I also wanted to help the youth who were in the lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender questioning IA community, because I wanted to be able to help them. So I did a support group for them for many, many years at the high school that I was in. I always wanted to be able to help young people because when I was young, nobody really reached out to me when I was a young girl. You know, when I was a young girl and I started having problems and rebelling and things like that, there was nobody who reached out to me. Nobody who said, you know what, I can tell something is going wrong in your life. Let me help you. All of the people, all of the adults who were supposed to look out for me, who were supposed to have my back, were too busy doing their own thing, or didn't notice, or whatever the case was. Now, we all know how that is. People are working, they're living their lives, they're doing whatever. And I had all of these people who love me around, but none of them could see that I needed help or gave a fuck that 12-year-old me was suffering. So I grew up with this cause. I grew up like, okay, when I'm an adult, I'm going to do what I can, when I can, to help other people. So as a teacher, that continued on, because it wasn't like I came in the door like, yeah, I'm gonna help all the kids, I'm gonna help all the gay kids, I'm gonna liberate, the kids. It wasn't really like that. I just came, the original cause was just to help young people, whatever way that I could. But it took that extra focus because the young people started coming to me and telling me how they were being treated unfairly. The kids in the lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender community were coming to me and telling me how they were being treated unfairly, and security guards were making inappropriate statements to them, and teachers even were discriminating or treating them badly or saying little smart things. Because one thing that people don't realize is that teachers have their own biases. So if your kid is contrary to one of their biases, you never know what that person is saying to your child. There are teachers who are racist. There are teachers who are sexist. There are teachers who are homophobic. There are teachers who are alcoholics. I've worked with them all. I've turned some of them in. If I found evidence, I would turn them in. I mean, we dealt with a lot of that. And then you have all these amazing teachers who often become burnt out and exhausted because the other ones aren't holding their weight and because it is a very difficult job. So that was my cause. Those kids were my cause. So relationships, and I did engage in relationships during that time. I was a teacher for like almost 10 years. So I did come in and out of romantic relationships during that time. But to be honest with you, it was not my focus. My cause, which was my job, was my focus. And a lot of Aquarius are like that. So I feel like, yeah, hubby might feel like he's on the back burner, but my mama always said, don't bother somebody when they're working. Respect the hustle. But also, as the wife, as the Aquarius wife, I do really truly believe that because you're married. Now, if he was your boyfriend, or if he was just like, some dude to pull through sometimes, I would look at this a little bit different. But because you're married to him and you have a partnership with him, you do have to give him more attention. If he's saying that he feels like he's on the back burner, that might not change. You might have to give your job a certain amount of your energy, but that doesn't mean that you can't delegate more energy towards him. So if you're working from 9 to 5, you need to come home, when you guys get together, and you need to make sure it's really quality time. So even though you might not have that much of it, you need to make sure that it's quality. Ask him, what kind of things would he like to do? Would he like to go on a picnic? Would he like to go out to dinner? Does he want to do a date night once a week? So you might not be able to put him on the front burner, but you definitely can turn up the heat. Okay? You can definitely turn up the heat. Just ask him what things would make him feel. Talk to him, because what we're dealing with here is his love language. You're not talking his love language. Find out what his love language is, and then see how he wants you to present it. Does he want more, going places? What does he want? Because he'll let you know what you can change, even with that little bit of time that you have. You might only have 30 minutes a week to dedicate to him, but those can be the best damn 30 minutes of the whole fucking week if you really focus on exactly what he wants. Make a list of the things that he would like to do and start to do them. It's the same way if it was reversed. If you had a husband who was always working and not paying attention to you, and he's really busy, that's fine. But can you carve time for me? If this is a partnership that's important to you, you should be able to find a way to give me some quality time. Because at the end of the day, if you're not being his partner, then you're jeopardizing the partnership. If he's complaining that he's on a back burner, he don't feel like he's getting enough attention, enough focus, eventually he's going to either look for it elsewhere, or he's going to just shut off. These are the things that happen in these kind of situations. Some people just shut off. They decide they're not going nowhere. They're not going to find nobody else. They're just going to just be there and go through the motions. 25 years later, you realize y'all really just roommates. Some people will start to be unfaithful or to spend their time with another woman. That happens too. It's different things that can be the outcome of this, but it doesn't have to be. You can maintain your business and handle your business, and your hubby can also get that time. Another thing that can happen, I'm going to give you one more for hubby. Hubby can start to help you with your business, so you guys can spend more time together. So I don't know what your business is and if there's room for that, but maybe you can find room for that. Maybe you can find a task that you can do together. Like, for example, when I was a teacher, I'll use myself. I didn't really do this, but if I wanted to, my lover could have came to the school after school and helped me grade come to my home after school and help me grade papers or help me file them, or, one teacher, her husband used to come and help her disinfect her classroom because she would clean everything down. And at the end of the year, she would take everything home and he would come and he would help her with those things. So maybe there's a way that you can find that he can help you, and then you guys can spend more time together as he's helping you. Quality time, talking. You might be just pushing papers or doing something. A good friend of mine, she's a fashion designer. So her boyfriend, they're not married yet, but her boyfriend helps with her stuff. He goes and gets the fabric and brings it back while she's sewing things, and then they sit and talk about different things. And he'll drop off things that are finished. Like if she finishes somebody's gown and she has to drop off something across town, he'll go across town and drop off the other things for her. So it's like they're doing it together and they're constantly communicating. Okay, what time you coming back? Where is this at? They're constantly talking, so he doesn't feel like he's being neglected. So consider those things, Aquarius. I don't think, that aspect is going to change. Aquarius are definitely workaholics and we're into our causes, but there's definitely things you can do to balance this out more. You just have to really care enough to really want to do it. And like I said, have that conversation with him. Okay? All right, guys. Let's see. Our first positive comment comes from Concerned Citizen. Cool name, Concerned Citizen. I love it. Queen, get out of my head. Listening to this was like a therapy session with the mirror. Laugh out loud. Needy, whiny people are to be avoided at all costs. It's like either accept it, do something about it, or shut the fuck up. I agree with you 100%. That is really difficult energy. And I agree. The smartest thing to do is to just do something about it, not to just whine about it. I cannot stand that. And she talked about a therapy session, with the mirror. Whenever I talk to other Aquarius, this is why I love talking to Aquarius, because it's the only time I really feel understood. It's the only time when I'm talking to an Aquarius, they know what I'm talking about. And I love that, I don't get that with any other sun sign. Other sun signs always trying to convince me of some other stuff, But Aquarius be like, yeah, I get you. Libras get me too. So it is other signs that do, but Aquarius are the most, because they go through the same thing, and some of the stuff that we go through, nobody else goes through. So I love that aspect of it. So thank you so much for your comment. L.B. Touche, said, true, real friends to me don't happen purposefully or intentionally to me. I want the kind of friends that happen into my life by accident and stay on purpose. I like that. That's cool. That I just realized one day that they actually are my friend. Yeah, I like that. That is the best way. If someone tells me or asks me to be my friend, I'm automatically not going to trust it and be guarded, because I'm not going to be trying to figure out their motive. Yeah. And they might not even have a motive. That's the thing about it. Like you're automatically going to be kind of paranoid, and they might not even have a motive. They might just like you and think you're fun, So that does happen too. I like exactly what you said. And I think that's organic. We would call that friendships that develop organically. I like that too. It's like you just, over time, the two of you just gravitate towards each other, and it takes however long it takes. There is no agenda. There's no motive. You just gravitate towards each other because you like each other. I think that is so cool. So thank you so much for your comment. And guys, it's time for me to get going. But if you would like to, don't forget, look underneath this video and check out all the cool information, and come back soon because I have a lot more to say. See you later.